Dear students, welcome back. As I said in the last class, the first unit is over in the computer concepts and C programming, and I'll start with C programming. But as I seen university's syllabus, they have given we have to teach the C language in Unix operating system. So, and you have another subject, Unix operating system, and it is named as Linux operating system. Unix, Linux, Ubuntu, all are variations of Unix operating system. So today I'll start that subject, maybe by initiating with what the operating system is. The first I'll take OS. Operating system. What is operating system? As the name suggests, operating system, operating the system, that means working with the system. If there is a hardware, if you call it as a computer, on the hardware, to take the advantage of hardware, we need operating system. And what is the work of this operating system is, whatever instruction the user is giving in English language, operating system converts that English written instructions to computer understandable format or hardware understandable format. And for that purpose we need operating system. Not only that, even there are many number of functions related to OS, operating system. The first and common function of operating system is to communicate with the computer. That means the user can communicate with computer by using operating system. Operating system is a media to communicate with the computer. That's why the name operating system, and here system indicates computer. Operating the computer. Okay? And that operating system, along with that operating system, the first, as I said, what that operating system is. Operating system is a software. Which type of software? It is one type of system software. Operating system is one type of system software to interact with the computer. To interact with the computer. And what it makes? Whatever the instruction, that means on the operating system, we will use applications or application software. We will use different applications, and afterwards there may be user. That means when the user want to interact with the computer, he needs some applications, and this, to work with these applications, we need OS, and by the OS we can interact with the hardware. That is the concept. So whatever the instruction we are giving in English, the operating system converts that English written information or instruction to machine understandable format. That means it converts English written instruction into low level or machine level language, and that is the use of operating system. Now we will see functions of operating system. Functions of operating system. The first and foremost function is, it acts like a communication device. Acts like a communicator. We can say communicator between user and computer. Acts like a communicator between user and computer. Acts like a communicator between user and computer. As my handwriting is not so nice, so that's why I am repeating each and every word repeatedly. By that you can understand. acts like a communicator between user and computer. That is the first function of operating system. Second one is memory management. Memory management. Memory management, it manages the memory in the sense whatever instruction or information you are giving from the input device, that it stores it in the memory, and if the user requires that instruction or information, again it displays it on the monitor. And again user wants to do some task or work, then it will give that instruction to CPU. All those things are managed by operating system. Memory management, it manages the memory. Third one is interrupt handling. Interrupt handling. What this interrupt handling is? Interrupts means breaks or maybe disturbances in between. Those things we will call it as interrupts. Interrupt handling. Sometimes what happens? Maybe you are working on a computer, somebody will press one key or maybe somebody will press escape. Then maybe you are working on one game or playing one game. If somebody presses that escape, then it comes out. That means the operating system has to take care about that one. That means if somebody is pressing anything on the keyboard, it has to respond. And that response, we will call it as a interrupts handling. Whatever the interrupt comes in between our work, so that time it has to manage those interrupts. And that we will call it as a interrupt handling concept. And that is there with the operating system. That is the third one. Fourth one, management of I/O operations. Managing I/O operations, input-output operations. That means somebody types the information from the keyboard. Operating system takes that information, if it is in a valid format, and stores that one in the memory. And again, if the user wants to display it on output device, it displays it on the output device. And all those things are managed by operating system. I/O operation. As well as it takes care about security concepts. Security concepts. Maybe you have seen in Windows or maybe in the Unix, we can create many number of users and each user can have different passwords. By that user can keep their file or maybe information intact from the other user. And that concept is given by the operating system. Security concepts. Security handling or security management is made by operating system. So these are the major 5 functions. Okay, but along with these, in Unix we will get some more advantages. These are the common functions of operating system. But along with these 5, we will get some more in the Unix operating system that we will see. Unix operating system, just like Windows, is one type of multitasking operating system. We can call it as a salient features of operating system, Unix operating system. Multitasking operating system. Multitasking operating system in the sense, we can work on many tasks at a time. Many tasks in the sense, maybe in the background you can do the printing, maybe in the foreground you can play games. Or maybe in the foreground you can work on one document, maybe in the background you can do the work of printing. That is possible with the Unix operating system. That we will call it as a multitasking operating system. Even the Windows is one type of multitasking operating system. At a time we can manage many number of tasks. Multitasking. So another one is multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system. In Windows or even in the Linux or Unix, we can create many number of users, and for each user we can give separate password, or for each user you can give separate login ID and password, and that user can log into that machine or that computer and he can work on it. If there are many number of computers are connected in the network, then even you can make the communication between one user to another user. Maybe you can set up the meeting with another user on the network. That is possible with the Unix operating system. That concept we'll call it as a multi-user operating system. We can create many number of users and we can manage many number of users. Even there may be administrator, user with the name administrator, we will call it as a root. Okay, user with the administrator rights. Administrator rights means full rights, all the rights. Those person will call it as a administrator in the Windows. And Unix or Linux, we will call that person as a root. Administrator will call it as a root user. And the root user will have the full rights to work with the Linux or Unix operating system. And the root user can create many number of users, and even he can set the privileges. Privileges in the sense he can set the rights to read, write, to access, to take the information, to delete the information. All those things can set by this root user. That may be the advantage in the Unix operating system. And another feature of Unix operating or Linux operating system is it is portable. What that portable is? That means if you are working on one system or one computer, you have installed Unix on one system or Linux on one system, the same system information or maybe the program developed in that system can be taken into another Linux or Unix system which is on another computer. That type of concept we'll call it as a portable. That means it is not machine dependent, machine independent operating system. Machine independent in the sense the same program or the same concept, same command, you can use it in another system with the same Unix operating system or Linux operating system. That we will call it as a portable. In the Unix operating system, as I said, everything will be stored in the form of files. Then it's not very easy to hack the information or files which are in the Unix. So that's why the Unix operating system is better for the security reason. So that's why in foreign countries or maybe in companies, the commonly used operating system is Unix or Linux operating system. And we will see more about this operating system in the future classes. Thank you. God bless you.